Wow, who's cleaning up after them?
What?
I would find great enjoyment fighting them on the tushies.
Ooh.
Don't be a weird boy.
Boy, you nasty.
Let's roll.
Road Rovers, a show about superhero-powered dogs. A show that had one glorious season that aired on Kids WB back in 1996 to 1997. Bro, I love this show. It was one of those shows that was clearly a parody on the Power Rangers with a bit of TMNT attitude and had that classic Warner Brothers goofiness to it. But what if I told you its production has some deeper roots than its birthplace in Burbank, California? A huge part of its visual DNA came from a small, now defunct company in Japan called Studio Junia. So today, we're uncovering the mystery of this unique production and to really see that Japanese influence in action. And we're gonna be weird about it. It's me, we're gonna be weird. We're gonna compare it to a pure Japanese product from the same bloodline. Beast Saga. These two shows are way more connected than you think. And if you haven't heard of Beast Saga, I covered it in one of my videos called Furry Anime That Time Forgot. So check that one out if you want to learn more about anthropomorphic fighting animals. All right, Hunter.
Let's roll!
All right, before we begin, I would like to talk about the plot and characters of the Road Rovers. It has a very simple storyline. It's about 5 dogs from different parts of the world coming together to fight bad guys under the guidance of William Shepherd, or Master. They fight their main nemesis, and his name is called Parvo. And I'll explain later why that I'm kind of cringing with that. But they primarily protect the world from any bad guy that William Shepherd orders them to. This show runs on dog puns, literally and figuratively. Let's start out with the easy one, Hunter. He's a mixed breed dog. He's representing America, and he's super fast, super lucky, super friendly, and, as he says, super forgiving. He's honestly my favorite, don't at me, and he's everything I love in not only a character, but a dog. I thought he was a lab or a golden retriever, but one of the episodes reveals that he is mixed. Next up on the list is Furry Thirst Trap, Colleen the Collie. She's from the UK and is voiced by Tress MacNeille, who has done a lot of roles like Dot or Daisy Dot. But Colleen has amazing skills. Her strength lies in her made-up martial arts style where she shouts random things and then kicks people. She is amazing at hand-to-hand combat, but when one episode shouts Macarena and karate chops a bad guy, and I was drinking juice and I spat it out, and that still to this day, it just gets me. Makes my booty shake. All right, next up we have Exile from Russia, voiced by Kevin Richardson. Kevin Richardson is still doing stuff on Teen Titans and Family Guy. Exile is very much so into family traditions and sometimes has understanding things like, I guess, American culture or mistranslations, but that's what makes it funny. He has super strength and laser ice eyes and often calls Blitz a weird boy. Blitz the Doberman is from Germany and is a total parody on Arnold Schwarzenegger. He is voiced by Jeff Bennett, who has done voices for shows like X-Men 97 and Batman. And Blitz is an attack dog, originally from an auto shop, and he constantly, throughout the show, likes talking about how he likes to bite the tushies and claw people. And he's always talking about that. It just goes on and on. Very narcissistic, doesn't learn his lesson, but he's a joy to laugh with, laugh about. Shag, the English Shepherd dog from Switzerland. He's voiced by Frank Welker, and Frank Welker also does Muzzle, who's the next character. Shag doesn't really speak words, but some type of dog language, so it sounds like and it's just cute. I like that it's a nice touch on how when he got into the transdogmifier, that's the machine that makes them anthropomorphic, it glitched, maybe because he was too big, and he has fingers, and he's intelligent, but his voice is all crazy. He's the team weapons handler, and isn't very good at it, but I guess that's part of the comedy. He stores all of his weapons, foods, toys, and all this stuff in his fur, and I love that. It is just the cutest little thing. Last on the Road Rovers team is Muzzle. Muzzle's more like a secret weapon. He's a Rottweiler mix, and I'm assuming he's just a pure Rottweiler, to be honest, but I'm going off of what the wiki says. I didn't see anything in the show indicating otherwise. He's rather shy, but when you put him in a fight, he goes crazy. He loves it. And every time the Road Rovers take him on an adventure, which is not very often, he's the one who pulls up and beats the bad guys hands down. He's like the secret weapon. Kind of like, what if Taz was Dog? He's in a straitjacket and he loves it for whatever reason. And I'm like, that's so messed up. And they were going to put him to sleep in one episode, and he's Hunter's best friend. Hunter, that's like his ride or die buddy. But this show has some weird charm in that way, where he has every chance to just get out of it, or the Road Rovers could just leave him out of it. But I guess because he's the secret weapon, it just adds to his personality. I just think it's weird. Next on the list is William Shepard, the human commander of the group. He's voiced by Joseph Campanella. William Shepard created the Road Rovers and the organization. Did I spell organization right? I sure did. And I don't know how he gets his money. He must be funded by the government in some way, shape, or form, or multiple governments, because he has Road Rovers all over the world, and they come to his base for briefings, and they travel, they serve and protect. There's no other way to describe and word this, but William Shepard is kind of weird. He pays the dogs in dog treats. I hate that, but yeah. Next are the bad guys. There really aren't that many bad guys, because there are, but there aren't. But Parvo is the lead bad guy. He's voiced by Jim Cummings. Gonna be real with y'all. Parvo has a secret. I'm not gonna reveal it unless you watch the show. But did you guys know that Parvo is actually a contagious virus that spreads to unvaccinated dogs? It makes them very sick and they could die. And I didn't know this until I bought the Road Rovers box set. I got it off of the Warner Brothers website. They were printing on demand when they were doing their anniversary collections. And I was just like, I wonder what Parvo means. And yeah, come to find out. Yeah, it's a disease. It's kind of funny how it is just a straight up parody on top of a parody to make a joke. His partner in crime is the groomer, who I'm about to show. And Parvo has a cough. And believe it or not, it's actually part of the plot point, revealing a lot in one episode. He's ruthless, he's mean, and he will extort anyone and anything for power. Next is the groomer. She's voiced by Sheena Easton, and she's literally just a dog groomer. She's just, again, playing on dog puns. A lot of dogs don't like to go to the groomer, some do, but it's part of her character being part of Parvo's militaristic regime. I don't like saying that. But I think she's something more to him. She clearly loves him in the show. She carries around clippers, as you can see here, and she shoots lozenges into Parvo's mouth when he shouts at her for a lozenge! And he coughs so much. She will do anything for him, and it's a strange relationship, but that's how the show goes. Okay. Enough with the fangirl gushing. Let's get more technical on the animation side, and let's go deeper with their roots, their root connection. Let's dig into the animation production history side of both shows. In the 80s and 90s, American animation often outsourced a portion of their production to Japanese and Korean studios to cut costs. Warner Brothers, Disney, and any major company did this to keep up with seasons and cut costs. Kids WB did this extensively. In fact, almost every animation company outsources their work to this day. The team that helped put a portion of the show into motion was Studio Junio, and the other half was Acom Production Company. I won't be talking about them in this video, but I may be cooking up something later due to their history and ties with The Simpsons. Now, Studio Junio is an anime studio that has been gone for over 22 years now. It was around from 1970 to 2004, and I'd say that's a long time for a company to be around. Studio Junio was actually a subcontractor for TMS Entertainment, Toei Animation, and the legendary Madhouse. This included Western productions as well. Studio Junio has done a lot of work, and I want you guys to just check out this list right here. Holy crap, I had no clue that they had a hand in these. Just check it out. So, where is the connection? Why do you think I'm pulling from strings here? I'm only slightly. So, Road Rovers and Beast Saga have similar roots in their animation production DNA. Studio Junio eventually had an animation alumni who worked on all these cartoons split up and create Synergy SP, or Synergy Japan. And that company was in charge of animating Beast Saga. Because these productions are now old, it's hard to see if someone from the alumni of Studio Junio who worked on Road Rovers is still around working at Synergy SP to this day. I combed through credits and read the Internet Archive and blogs, lots of animation blogs, and I could only find primarily American artists on the Road Rovers production side versus the Japanese production side. I couldn't find anything. But it's very difficult to find portfolios or websites for older shows, as you may know. I'd love to meet someone who worked on either one of these shows, or even the companies themselves, just to show people that learning about the things you love can inspire you and help you expand. So now that you've gotten familiar with Road Rovers, let's give you a quick refresher on Beast Saga, just in case you didn't see my last video. And check over here in the corner. Then we can compare the two shows together. As a quick refresher, Beast Saga takes place in an anthropomorphic universe where Lyogre is king, and he must protect the land of Gloria. There are other animals protecting the sky and sea, and they all work together to stop bad guys from using an ancient artifact called the Godlot from destroying the world. Even though the Godlot is actually a good thing. Bear with me. Both shows have similar themes. They both have to fight the bad guy of the week. Hunter and Lyogre have pure intentions when it comes to protecting their loved ones and the world they live in. They both have strong teams, unique teams, goofy teams. Lyogre is more passionate and headstrong when it comes to wanting to protect and serve his kingdom. He uses the memories of his family and loved ones to power him up, kind of Dragon Ball Z style. And he's a lion of action and always wants to go out and beat up some bad guys rather than fill out boring paperwork that the kingdom needs. That's also very important too, but whatever. He feels more like a Goku light, or what if Goku had a persona? I don't think that would be 100% it, but bear with me, go with me here, okay? Versus Hunter, who is always with his pack and he never acts alone. Lyogre can sneak away and act alone, but Hunter won't. He's just goofier, super loyal, super fast, and like Lyogre, will sacrifice himself to save his team, just to do what's right. If I had to compare Hunter to another fictional character, it would be a combo of a few, like the Flash due to his speed and confidence, and he's actually pretty smart, just like the Flash. And his leadership skills would be also comparable to the Red Ranger. And there's many iterations of the Red Ranger. Just pick one that seems a little more silly. They both take their jobs seriously, but can joke around, be loving, and happy. Beast Saga has part formulaic monster of the week, but has a consistent storyline, whereas Road Rovers is less consistent and is more episodic. That is true to form to a lot of American cartoons. I could see a reboot happening with Road Rovers and having it be more expansive. I've seen fan works where people would create their own Road Rovers and their own plots, and it brings me hope that there's still a little bit more of this fandom alive, albeit very small. I could see this show being a little more serious, yet still keeping its comedic charm, and I would love for that one day. Both shows feel like animated furry Power Rangers. There's just no other way to describe it. They both have very simple Saturday morning cartoon concepts that are fun and leave you with a warm, fuzzy feeling. Nostalgic. If Hunter and his crew ended up in the Beast Saga world, I think they would make a perfect fit. They would totally be another division of Lyoga's army and help protect his world of Gloria. But, on the other hand, I don't think Lyoga and his crew would do well at all in the human world. They would struggle with the constant corruption and our current way of life. These animals focus on balance rather than the greed of humans that we are experiencing right now in real time. I could make so much fan art right now of Hunter and Lyoga going on missions, or having Hunter and his crew discover Gloria by accident because they have space Road Rovers and they could hear a message of help, and Parvo discovering Gloria first and trying to travel to the Beast Saga world, trying to take their god lot and using its power to take over the universe. Like, guys, it just writes itself. It's fan fiction to me right now, or fan art, but I just like simple, fun Saturday morning cartoon formulas. It's just a joy for me. So what'd you guys think? Did you have fun? Oh, before I forget, I do want to show a little fun treat here. Look at these goofy dog puns from Road Rovers. I'm not even gonna lie, this show ran on dog puns, as I mentioned before, and here are a few. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. It took me a long time to make due to outside forces really pushing me out of the way, but I'm back, baby. I want to keep talking about hidden secrets within the animation industry and beyond. People don't seem to know or understand the work and the passion, the blood and tears that go into the shows that we love, along with the unsung heroes that could be a hero to you. You just don't know it yet. Anyway, that's me being passionate and ranting. I know it's rough out there, people, but be good to each other. Draw what you love. Forget what AI is. You are the true god or goddess in the art realm. Share with me what art you've done, or talk to me about what comics you love. I'd love to hear it in the comments below. See you later, guys. Like and subscribe, and goodbye.